So I have a little message that I wanted to talk about because it's something that you guys should know, like, before you're coming to Tanzania. If you're not here already, please stop listening to these YouTubers that keep on telling you that this place is dirt cheap and you could get a place for like $300 a month. You guys gotta realize something. The economy here in the past year, houses are going up like crazy. You cannot get houses so easily for like $200 a month, $300 a month. That you're not gonna find that, especially close to the center and close to where everything.
Hello family, this is your boy Golden Boy, and today we are having another video for you. So I understand that in the video that you are currently watching is that many people are saying that living in Tanzania is very costly, and I'm here to give you reasons why you should say that Tanzania is not that costly as you think, because it may arise as the way people are being interacted in. So I've never lived in Tanzania, but my uncle or my uncle lived there. But these are the things that he understood about being poor in Tanzania. So one is that when you are in a community where there is a little motivation to get education, then this is not the adult members of the society. I thought it was you see, or you mind knowing what is currently happening in Tanzania. So one of the reasons why the Tanzania is not growing, or it is growing, but the government has at least tried to motivate these guys to go to get educated, because most of the Tanzanians are illiterate and they don't value education, since many people are dropping out of the school, and when they drop out, they either get married or they go to towns. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why many people living in Tanzania is very very difficult, because you find that many people are not motivated, and they are not motivated to get education. Yes.
Economy here in the past year, houses are going up like crazy. You cannot get houses so easily for like $200 a month, $300 a month. That you're not gonna find that, especially close to the center and close to where everything is.
Another thing I wish you know that the cost of medication in Tanzania is very very expensive. Yeah, being poor in Tanzania is costly, since that this means that you have little access to medical care, apart from the fact that most medical cares are far from the rural areas, and so many in the urban areas. So until this year, the cost of medical care is very high, and currently there has been an introduction of many insurance agencies, but it is hard for some Tanzanians to secure insurance because not having reliable employment. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why living in Tanzania is so expensive. Then there's also unemployment opportunities in urban areas compared to rural areas. Yes, now this is where I'm coming from. The lady has introduced that living in Tanzania is very costly, but did you know that if you come with $300, that won't help you a lot, because already the life here is very expensive. Yeah, and I recommend you to live in Dar es Salaam, because you can survive with 1,600 USD dollars in living in Dar es Salaam. And because of that, this causes because of the unemployment opportunities in urban areas compared to the rural areas. This causes most youth to abandon farming, which is the backbone of the nation. And because there is a little progress, because of use poor methods of farming, and adult because of poverty. So, and to come to urban areas due to small businesses like being street vendors, porters. So being poor in Tanzania means you have to rely on cheap imported clothes sold in auctions. Yeah. Then another thing that you need to know that even if you are a beggar, you can go to the streets but you have to know that even being a beggar, you won't make enough money living in the streets. So some even poor Tanzanians decide to beg on the streets. But for the old and disabled, they are taken to centers expecting to be assisted, but they also face the same challenge because in those cities they are not even generating incomes. So that's one thing that you need to know, that many poor people rely on rainwater. Yeah. So another thing that you need to know about living in Tanzania. However, the government has introduced free education in Tanzania, but many people, this means that if you are a poor Tanzanian, this means that, as I mentioned above, that the education is still poor. Yeah, so the government may offer education, but it is very poor, and yes, people are not getting motivated. Hey, one thing I forgot about Tanzania is that communication barriers. Many people, because I earlier say that when I was introducing myself, I first said that Tanzania, most of them are getting demotivated to get education. Yes, and because of that, there's something that is called illiteracy, and because of illiteracy, most of them don't know English. Yeah, they don't know English, and that is a communication barrier, because you being a black American, how will you speak to, you go to an hotel, for example, and you find a waiter, and most of the waiters are speaking in Kiswahili, so that is a communication barrier. Yeah, so those are the challenges that people like black Americans are currently facing in Tanzania. But Tanzania is a very good place, not bad. Wildlife, food, many things are there in Tanzania. They are very good. I wish you could visit and see why I'm saying this. Yes, I'm only giving you examples on what I've heard and experienced from people saying about Tanzania. But you also have to know that beside people having living in a poor condition in Tanzania, you also have to know that there are a lot of wealthy people in Tanzania. And do you know why there are a lot? It turns out that these wealthy people, they also exploit the poor people. So this is something that has been happening in many countries, not only in Tanzania. So another fact is that all poor people are not poor because of the condition. Some are too lazy. Yes, some are too lazy. Yeah, that is one thing that I've heard. In Tanzania, people wake up at 7 or 8. But when you come to Kenya, you'll find that people wake up at 5. By 5, people are already running. The cars are already hooting. The cocks are already crowing. But in Tanzania, it is the opposite, because people they don't rely much on market things. They rely on farming. Yeah. So some of the people, poor people, have decided to beg on the street. That I said, but those are the things that I had to mention about living in Tanzania. But I'm also recommending you to say that living in Tanzania is very cheap, not expensive as you think, because many people rely on agriculture activities. So I'm only trying to say that when you live to Tanzania, don't have that mentality that you'll be poor or you'll overspend, you'll make losses. Yeah, Tanzania is already welcoming and it is growing. Yeah, it is already growing. There are a lot of good roads and markets, buses, many things. In fact, Tanzania is growing, has grown. Their GDP is higher than that of Kenya. And even if you don't know that, Tanzanian shilling versus Ugandan shillings. This is the first time Tanzanian shillings has appreciated, while the Kenyan shillings have depreciated. So I don't recommend you. I won't recommend you not to live in Tanzania. Those are the things. Those are the minor things that I was trying to subject and tell you about life in Tanzania. So did you learn something in this video? Yes, subscribe and we'll see you in the next video.